Hey, Louise.
Hey, Sarah.
Here we are for You Can't Get Rid of Me by Jesse Scott and Keri Ault. This is just such a good book, and
Yeah,
uh, his story is so painful. And
gosh.
we're on chapter 9, Mr. Beard, and
My
chap
beard.
My Beard. Why did I say Mr. Beard? Where the heck that came
That could be a
from?
whole nother story.
Mr. Beard, sorry, Jesse. And A Sign from God. Oh, been put into that
Ah,
Merle's house.
yes.
So odd because first of all, so he's married and she has a biological
She
son who's
knows.
she's got to know. And so she sleeps
Yeah.
downstairs and Merle sleeps upstairs with all the foster kids, boys, all boys, and then her biological
Yep.
child. And
You
so,
know what it reminded me of that coach, the coach that molested all those kids, and the
yes,
wife would see them coming into the basement. I
yep,
forget his name, but it was Pennsylvania, and it
R-
just
Joe, yeah.
whatever. But I'm like, okay, something's odd with this. And the daughter hates Merle.
Well, I got to say, I'm suspicious of. I hate that it's come down to this, but I'm suspicious of any man that runs anything with little boys, like
Yeah,
Boy Scouts and priests, and I mean,
yeah,
on
you
and
have to have
on.
that
It's
on.
never freaking ending, and so
Yep,
I get angry.
me too.
This chapter just infuriated me and made me sad,
Me too.
and
And
just this
yeah,
one line that he says, "I think about my time at Merle's, and the word that comes to mind is misery."
misery. I have look at that's what I circled too. Misery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he just felt super isolated there because all the boys were kind of jocks. It's funny because he thought he was the only one being molested. And one
Yeah,
of
and
the
he
guys
found out.
who's a tough guy told him later, no, it was
Yeah.
happening to him too. This guy just methodically knew their schedules. And,
Yeah.
you know, it
And
just
that
it,
he got
yeah.
to the point where he just started thinking of it as a chore, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Like three
And then
times.
he found ways to get out of the house. Like he started his beard. He met
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
girl who was Mormon and started going to church with her, and they had this sort of chaste relationship,
Yeah.
and it got him out of the house.
Joanne. I sort of
Yeah.
love Joanne because he wondered where she is now because he literally also kind of needed God. He needed somebody at that time where he could feel like he's telling his secrets to somewhere. So he had somewhere to kind of just talk in his head even because you're so isolated in this. It's funny how
Hmm.
he was in a big place where you're locked up and he felt safer and better there than with his three siblings in Merle's house. Like
Right.
says a lot about what was going on in Jesse's life.
And
And
then also,
Jesse,
like
you know, you're
Merle made
listening.
them
Yeah.
call him dad.
Oh,
Like
another
just
creepy layer.
another creepy layer.
Oh, and he
He
said he still hates him. He doesn't hate anybody, not his adopted parents, not anybody, but he hates Merle to this
hmm
day. And so do I.
I'll be curious to see as we go on, does Merle ever get busted or anything? He did have one woman, she was the bus driver,
Yeah.
and she took her break some, and they would sit and have like something,
Yeah.
drink a soda or whatever they did together in
The city bus.
the city bus. And she noticed he was unhappy
Yeah.
and even though he didn't tell her the details or didn't really tell her what was going on, she's like, you should talk to your DHS person
I have a
about him.
feeling
And
she knew. I think we've
hmm
both worked with young people and seen young, and sometimes you just know something's off. I,
yeah,
yeah, he did. He felt, and then the thing that he does get is one day he's on that city bus because we're going into the second chapter too, a sign from God, right? He's
yeah,
on that city bus and he sees a guy that, yes, dressed kind of like a hippie. That was the era, but flamboyant hippie. Like, I'm out here, I'm gay and comfortable with it, his age. And they start talking.
his age and had his own apartment.
Yeah, Dave.
Right. But I have a feeling that this isn't
Yeah,
going to be so great
me
either.
neither.
Well, that was when he went to the next chapter, a sign from
Yeah,
God, please God, give me a sign. And it started
yeah,
raining on him. And
yeah.
then that's when he saw the kid
Dave.
his age who had his own
Mhm.
apartment. And then the kid says to him, you could
Leave.
have your own, you can just leave. Here's the thing about that though, is that
They're
this,
prostitutes.
yes.
He's a male prostitute. But
Yeah.
he said at least you're getting paid for it. I mean, maybe it's his escape. We don't know because.
Yeah, we don't know because then he went into, then he's toggling back and forth between
Oh,
present
right.
day when he's waiting to hear from Lorraine, about
Right.
his, and
Yeah.
then trying to, talking about Lee. And then he does go into, Lee doesn't talk to their adoptive father, but
Yeah.
he talked about Lee escaping from prison.
Yeah.
What a story that was. Like Lee got married in prison and then
Had a
then
daughter, Sabrina.
and then they escaped. He escaped and then he was on the run for quite some time. Then his parents picked him up or his dad picked him up in
Drove him.
Spokane and drove back to Portland and then eventually he got caught, but
Yeah. It
the
is kind of
whole
funny we see a different side of Lee.
yeah.
That could be its own like movie. There's so many like interesting parts here.
I mean, it really could be an interesting movie, really,
And
truly.
he also does what I want to acknowledge, he gets into the death of his mother, of his
Yes.
adopted mother. And even though she wasn't great, I mean, there's so many things that weren't great. You know, partially people are a product of their times, partially ignorance, partially letting maybe the father dictate a lot, who knows. But he did feel love from her sometimes,
Mhm.
and so did Lee. And it was sad
Well, and
that
also they didn't have anything else.
that was
So
it,
kids grasp
to
onto
what they have.
what they have, no matter how bad it is. They didn't have
Mhm.
anything else. So,
The known is better than the unknown sometimes, even though it's not like,
hmm
and but he felt the loss of her, and so he did think about that a lot, and so it was interesting. I
and he
just feel
was
like,
with her when she died. She had
mhm,
Alzheimer's
yeah,
and I mean he was holding her hand
yeah,
and he heard the last gasp,
yeah.
which
I
is
thought of that, so I circled that part because he said he would like the someone to be there for him when someone
yeah.
dies. And I was with my parents when they died, and I thought that at the time too. I want someone who's present, wants to be with me when I die. It's a big thing,
Hmm.
and he did that for her.
Yeah.
And then
Really is.
one thing too, he even says to find out who his mom is, he wonders maybe it will be Cher.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It just makes me laugh
I know.
every time.
Can you imagine?
No, but I could kind of, because
Yes.
we've all thought these things. Not Cher, but other
Sure,
people.
we all have thought these things. I was an Aster, as you know.
Right? You were. I mean, I had lots of fantasies. Well,
Gosh, we are coming up very, very close to the end. I think we're only going to have a couple weeks left of this.
I know. It's a good
Um,
read. It's very hard to stop because I just
it
want to keep going.
it
I
is.
could blow
Yeah.
through it in a night, really. It's
I
such a
think
good
we
one.
only have two more episodes after this one
Yeah.
because we have four more chapters. So
Wow, we better schedule that. Yeah, schedule Jesse coming up. Oh
Jesse's
yeah,
already scheduled, I
he's at
believe.
the end of the season.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
we have one
yeah,
more.
yep. Okay, well, I will see you in a minute for Doug.
Yeah, for Doug. Kansas City local, friend of
Yes, he
Sarah.
is.
See you soon.
See you soon.